I like the Eeyore.
All right, Pooh. If you
Hey,
say so.
Christopher Robin.
Race car spelled backwards is still race car. This is the Race Car Spelled Backwards podcast.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Brad, and with me, as always, is Jamie, and this is the Race Car Spelled Backwards podcast, episode 60. Jamie, how the heck you doing, man?
Woo!
Wow.
I'm on fire. Had all my caffeine this morning. Ready for a fantastic work week.
Jamie is amazingly fantastic, amazingly jacked up on Mountain Dew, adrenaline rush, one pot of coffee in. Man.
That's it, I think.
One pot.
I had a 7.5 ounce Coca-Cola on the way up. A little mini Coke.
7.5 ounces of Coke. You're wide awake.
Coca-Cola. Four cups of coffee. Coca-Cola, Mountain Dew.
How about you drink your coffee and your Coke at the same time?
I do.
Okay, because that's
only the last cup when I'm at home, but when I'm at a restaurant, I'll order a Coke and a coffee.
That's a habit I've picked up from you.
Coke tried to make a combination, a Coke and coffee in a can.
It didn't go over too well.
Don't work right. You got to do the little coffee, then take a sip of the Coca-Cola.
I like to drink the coffee and then the Coke. Like follow one sip with the other.
Oh, I take that.
I don't want to mix them.
I take that last cup and I drink me a little bit of coffee. Then I put the coffee cup down and drink me a little bit of Coca-Cola.
Last time I did it was in Florida at the Waffle House. Man, that was the worst coffee. Like it was hotel room grade coffee. Like free packet hotel room grade coffee. Not even the K cups, just the K packets.
Yeah, that was nasty.
We've had some pretty nasty coffee.
Florida though.
Well, that's where we were at.
When you run into Florida has a lot of attractive people.
As long as they're not native.
But they're not natives.
They're visiting too.
Yeah, you'll find that they're from France, from England, from Germany, different parts of America. They come down on spring break, get methed up, never go back home.
We met this dude from Ireland on the bus on the way to the theme park, and he's from Belfast. And
they throw bombs at each other.
The only thing I could think of when he was talking to us was
he was our one listener.
Was asking about bogers.
Oh yeah,
where that guy
am I your boger?
Can I be a bogey?
I'm your boger.
It probably means nothing like we thought either.
Who's your boger?
Who's your boger? He said he's here for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, but in Europe, they got like 100 million days of vacation every year.
What is it?
They don't have to quiet quit or quiet whatever.
They work to live, where in America we live to work.
Pretty much.
I mean, that's exactly.
They shut down Europe in August. That's vacay, man.
Well, they get like a 2-hour lunch break or something.
Well, that's because they
got to take a nap.
But think of the food they eat.
It's probably better for you than the preservatives we eat.
Croissant takes a long time to eat properly.
Yeah, but they use real wheat also to make their bread. We're over here using this processed
We got
wheat.
Geo meat.
Yeah.
Wheat and meat.
Yeah, but that's what's killing people. That's why we didn't have cancers and stuff back in the day, because you didn't have all these preservatives and stuff in your food. You keep dumping all this crap into food. You can't eat chemicals and expect nothing to happen to you.
Well, there's purity laws in Europe. And I'm telling you, you want to blow $5, go to the fancy side of town, go to the fancy grocery store, and buy French-made, it'll say on the label, made in France, President butter.
You can buy that in America?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like around here, we have it like Publix's, Whole Foods.
I don't think I've ever had any of that butter.
We get good butter.
I like Kroger brand.
Good butter.
So you like your buns buttered? Is that what you're saying?
I like my hot crust rolls with some good butter. And President butter doesn't endorse us in any way.
So
They're probably all into some F1.
That's the kind of butter you use.
Yeah, President.
Okay. I just use whatever my wife buys.
I'm cheap with everything, but
what's your butter?
The butter.
Coffee. What brand coffee are you drinking now? I'm drinking Dunkin'.
We're really into Charleston.
What was it you were drinking that one time? You gave me some.
Illy. Yeah, Italian coffee.
I've still got those containers somewhere.
The containers are nice to store things in.
I painted mine gold. Like a spray paint them gold. Not
you could put your wife's Mother's Day gift in it.
No.
That's next Sunday.
I know.
NASCAR's not celebrating Mother's Day next week. They used to always celebrate.
They are celebrating. This is what I don't understand. NASCAR has a race on Mother's Day, but no race on Father's Day. I'm a father. And what do I want to do on Father's Day? I want to watch a race. But
yeah.
Flow Racing has fixed that for me, so I'm okay.
Are we endorsed by Flow Racing?
No, but we should be. I will endorse them for free.
So look, dude,
They've given me my racing pleasure back. I enjoy watching racing again, thanks to Flow Racing.
Now, we do have someone that endorses us, and, I thought of them. Or we endorse them. They endorse us. They paid for ads. Let's say that.
Okay.
So, I was going to say, until I was watching the news last night, and this ad popped up twice, and then there was another ad, and I can't remember the ad, but it's an anti-constipation ad. It's a cartoon. This lady drops a pink deuce, and they show the pink deuce going through her intestines out her butt in a cartoon.
I've never seen this. Is this a medication commercial?
Yeah, it's an over-the-counter anti-constipation.
Get your True Lily.
And then she's all happy and she's dancing. I saw it twice.
Try Keytruda today.
But then in the middle of that, this dude's his stomach goes wonky at a restaurant, and then four people in pink pants going, it's a Pepto-Bismol ad, and she goes, diarrhea.
Cha-cha-cha.
Come on, dude. So I can tell this story and feel, still be rated G, I feel like. But I dropped this gigantic deuce.
We won't be rated G by the end of this episode.
I think the deuce may have been a swinger, because it looked like an upside-down pineapple. Or a very large hand grenade.
Okay, I'm glad you described your.
I'm not a swinger.
Your bile movement. To this.
I'm not a swinger.
When you said swinger, I was thinking
the deuce was.
I was thinking the turd was a dangler.
Well, I had some salad, and it kind of looked like pineapple leaves sticking out of one end.
Oh, man.
So, it came out. Well, the way it was situated.
Dear Lord, baby
in
Jesus.
The toilet was an upside-down pineapple. So I'm feeling that deuce was a swinger. I wasn't.
Winfrey. Anybody.
So, luckily, it wasn't like a constipated deuce.
Luckily.
So, I had to plunge. Get it down.
You should.
And I was thinking of Carden Plumbing.
You should have called Danny Carden
I was thinking about calling Danny Carden Plumbing. I was like, I'm going to call Danny Carden Plumbing if I can't get this deuce down.
Because crap has now happened.
It's got to make it to the septic.
Crap has now happened.
What really sucked is the plunger got it down there, but it took a while to get down the sewer line to the septic.
What you need?
To where the toilet would flush properly. It took 3 different tankfuls. There was nothing in it after I got.
Sounds like you need a plumber to come out. You definitely might.
I know. We got it out.
Call Danny Carden and get him to come out.
We got it out. I mean, I got it. But
I saw Danny yesterday.
Well, I was about to call Danny after I had to plunge for the 3rd time, and then you hear it release. You hear it go. So I was like, I don't have to call Danny. But I'm telling you, I was.
Well, if anybody could have fixed it, it would have been Danny.
It was within a width of a hair of me calling Danny to come help me out.
Man.
I know. You got to be careful.
Well, when crap happens, that's who you call. And it sounds like crap had definitely happened.
Crap totally happened.
Yeah, I saw them this weekend. So Friday night, we went to concert Friday night. And then Sunday, I went to church with Stuart, my cousin Stuart, from Danny Carden Plumbing. His dad was there, so I was there with the Danny Carden.
Wow, you were OG.
OG. So it was cool. Got to go. My other cousin, little Danny, who's married to Danny Carden's daughter.
Oh, man, I'm getting confused, dude.
Yeah, he was ordained as a deacon yesterday morning, so we all went and visited the church with them and had a good time. But Friday night, we went to a Christian concert, saw Zach Williams, and if you follow us on YouTube, you saw my video I posted on YouTube.
Zach Williams, he did a little bit chicken fry.
No, that's not wrong, Zach.
Wrong Zach?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's, God, who is that? It's Zach Brown. That's who.
Not Zach Williams?
No, Zach Williams.
I thought that was about potluck at church. A little bit of chicken fry.
I hate that song. Cold beer on a Friday night.
Oh, yeah, cold beer.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be
You
potluck.
thought it was a church song?
Now, well, I'm not really into country, but now that I think about it, yeah, my church would go a little crazy if I brought some. Well, first of all, Bud Light, I'd probably get stoned in the parking lot. But if I brought any beer, I mean, I would get bad looks with any beer, but with Bud Light, I'd get stoned.
Would you?
Not stoned, but like they'd be throwing rocks and stuff at me, stoning me out.
What's worse, drinking Bud Light at church or getting stoned in the parking lot at church?
I think with Bud Light, you'd be treated the same way at church.
Where's Jamie at? He's out there in the parking lot getting
We
stoned.
stoned him. We stoned him.
He brought Bud Light. Oh, man. Yeah, that's not something I'd pack. Yeah, I mean, Bud Light is kind of going down the drain.
Oh, did you get some of those F1 in Miami videos posted on YouTube?
I did. Got some of those, so thank you.
We got some new Mafia members. They're like out there shooting videos for us.
Yeah, definitely. Robert and Josh greatly appreciate the videos.
Yeah, wow, man.
It's always nice.
You haven't even got your
Mafia members.
Yeah, you haven't even got your dad's shirt size. We got to get Robert's and Josh's shirt sizes so we can get them the Mafia t-shirt.
We'll hook them up. Definitely. We need to get decals for their cars. Then they'd put a decal on the back of their... Think we can get Chris to add us to the back of his tailgate?
Only if it said, "Thou favorite podcast."
If we
Whilst be.
Can we write
race car spelled backwards?
King Jamesless?
Well, that's kind of King James there, isn't it?
Thy race car spelled the backwards.
If we got a clingy, maybe they would do it.
A clingy.
You know, you don't actually put the sticker on the car. It's a clingy.
Oh, we get like a magnet.
Yeah, we can get. Well, they might scratch the car though.
We get them wrapped.
We ain't got that kind of money.
Put Daryl. Yeah.
This is a non-profit organization. How are we going to get them wrapped?
Yeah, my cousin Brandon, he was going to wrap the hood of the Prius for the Cannonball Run. And after he looked into it, he's like, nope, not happening.
Here's a couple $100 instead.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper. So, but yeah, if you follow us on YouTube, Friday night when we left the concert, me, my wife, my two daughters who are 13, and my son who's 16, we get in the parking deck, get in the car, pull out of our parking spot, and we're just stopped in line facing the elevators. These people get off the elevator and they just start dancing, like striptease type of dancing. I think.
At the Christian concert?
Not at the concert, in the parking deck. P2 at the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra parking deck.
That sounds like...
you saw the video.
Yeah, it sounds like it kind of looked like a Fast and Furious kind of thing. Except real on the street, not fake movie stuff.
It was two women and a guy. The guy was showing her the dance moves. So it kind of was comical watching him in his belly shirt doing a striptease dance. And then she would do the dance with him. But they were videoing her. So I'm thinking she was either like making a music video or this is for her OnlyFans account.
I still don't understand the OnlyFans thing.
That's where
we had a
it's
OnlyFans,
it's like
do we have
amateur porn site, I believe.
So if we got subscribed, I thought it was something we could monetize and maybe make some money off this podcast. But we'd have to take off our pants.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Oh, I thought it was just we could do additional content. I didn't know we had to be butt naked.
That's where you sell your feet at or something. Like Natalie Natalie Decker sells pictures of her feet or something like that on OnlyFans, allegedly. I don't know that for a fact. I've heard. Cause
I like my chicken.
She joined OnlyFans and everybody got mad at her. Like the diehard purist got mad at her. Like, well, she can't do that. Well, actually, she can do whatever she wants.
Well, I do.
She's not racing.
I do like to keep myself aerodynamic down in the nether regions.
How we go talking about your crap to how you shave your balls now?
But if I shave it just right and get the camera angle just right, it'll just look like an uncracked walnut. 2 uncracked walnuts.
Well, if you start an OnlyFans account, that's between you.
Can we make some
Jesus.
money off of that?
Because I don't want to know about it. I don't want to be a part of your OnlyFans. So let's talk about some news. So Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch, I guess they've decided to just completely destroy the company as a whole. So if you remember, Bud Light put Dylan somebody on the can and
Mahaney.
Yeah,
or was he? Is he related to Patrick Mahomes?
Maybe.
Mahaney?
He's probably related to Mahoney's wife.
Mahoney Woney?
Mavoni. Whatever.
Malvoni.
That's
it.
Yeah. So they put a transgender man on the Bud Light.
Is it really Malvoni?
That's what we're going to go with.
Hermaphone.
We're not starting on the hermaphrodite thing again.
No, I didn't. I said
hermaphrodite.
Hermaphone.
I said it right. I'm going to mispronounce all the genders today, but I got hermaphrodite right. It's been a good day.
I saw a tweet of hers because I looked her out. Whatever.
What? Just.
I'm going to pick one.
I don't look at a duck and go, look at that deer running across the pond.
I don't even know what it is. But I did notice. Did you notice that its head is like 5 times the size of a normal head, and the body is like half the size of a normal body? It's like a bobblehead, but it's real. Whatever it is.
Have you ever seen The Hunger Games?
Yeah.
That's who he reminds me of, is one of the characters off The Hunger Games.
The big head dude?
Yeah, Dylan. What is his girl name?
Is his name Dylan too?
The transgender guy?
Oh, I thought the character on The Hunger Game was Dylan.
No, I didn't. I mean, I've seen all
or did
once,
Doug.
But I'm just
Bud Light girl guy star on. Was she on The Hunger Games? Is that where she got her start?
Maybe. But it was she
looks hungry.
He would have been a boy because now he identifies as a teenage girl, and he's just completely.
What is he in his 20s? So it's like that show I watch on Netflix.
I thought he was in his 30s.
So I watched this show, and I don't know. My wife and I watch. It's the dumbest show ever, and it's made for teenagers. But it's called Outer Banks.
Yeah.
But my wife looked at the IMDb page of these actors and actresses. The youngest one's like 28 years old.
Oh, I know. That's.
But they're acting like they're 18, 17, skipping high school and stuff.
Seems like that would be confusing if that's what you were doing all day.
But isn't that what the Bud Light person is, confused?
Oh, no doubt. That's all this is a confusion.
So, she kind of wins in this, though, or he, or let's just call it.
Let's just call it what it is.
It got paid. He got paid. Does he have chicken nuggets or does he have taco?
If you got Franken beans.
He got Franken beans?
No. Let's rephrase this. If you
chicken nuggets hanging down in sacks.
If you come out of the womb with Franken beans,
2 one-piece meals,
then you are a boy. If you come out with a taco, you're a girl.
What did he?
It's plain and simple.
What did he on the log ride slide out of that womb in as?
A Franken bean.
All right. So
he's a boy.
I was confused about that from the very beginning.
So you thought he was a girl? Original?
Well, when I first saw it, when it first came out, and I followed Budweiser because they own Busch. And Busch. Yeah, and they sponsor Harvick, who, I follow Harvick too. So, I try to support those companies that support NASCAR, right?
Yep.
So I get the tweet, and there's a picture of... I didn't know if it was a dude pretending to be a woman, pretending to be a dude acting like a woman.
Say what?
Or if it was a woman acting like a dude that didn't know how to pretend to be a woman. And it confused me. And then I started realizing what I had seen when the protests started happening. But then I felt left out because I don't drink Bud Light. And I couldn't protest because I don't drink it. Does that mean I need to go buy a Bud Light and then drink it and then stop buying it because I'm protesting?
No, you just don't buy it at all.
Well, I already was there because it tastes like shit.
Well, you've said on the show, so therefore you've protested it.
Yeah, but for like
no, I mean
40 freaking years because it tastes like shit.
No, what I'm saying is we're not talking about how great Bud Light is on the show. We're basically downing them with everybody else.
So we're telling our 500 listeners don't buy Bud Light?
Yeah. So that's what I mean. You don't have to quit drinking it because you're doing your part.
Well, I was thinking I needed to start drinking it, then quit, so then I'm protesting.
Yeah, but if you drink it, won't you become a woman?
So
it's tranny fluid.
I have started when I go to the grocery store. It is tranny fluid. You know,
you go to the grocery store, pick up a case of Bud Light, and then go put it back out of protest.
So, this is a whole. This
I'm not buying you.
So look, I was looking at the cans because we were at the grocery store. I got bored and I decided to go look at and I'm not a beer drinker anyway, so I went to the beer section just to verify. There was no Bud Light being sold.
Yeah,
it's true. There's not.
Was the aisle full of Bud Light, or was there no Bud Light in the aisle?
Oh no, it was empty of almost every other beer, but was full
of Bud Light.
Like there wasn't even like someone didn't know and pulled a 6-pack or a case out of the middle of the stack so you see an opening.
Yeah.
There was just no emptiness.
So it's just Bud Light. Oh,
yeah, but I was staring at...
And there's people getting mad because they're out of beer and they're like, I ain't buying that though. Bud Light ain't beer. Bud Light wouldn't... When we drank beer, Bud Light wasn't beer. It was just overpriced water.
But at Kroger, they got the big cans.
Yeah.
They've reduced it to 10 if you buy 10, you get it $1 a piece. And I was thinking, because I'm cheap, if I wanted to truly protest, the cheapest way to drink a Bud Light would be to buy one of those cans, because they'll honor that can for just one can for $1. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, that's still throwing away $1, and I can't throw away a penny.
No, you're cheap.
So I looked at that can, and they threw it in a bin where it wasn't even refrigerated. So it was piss warm.
A heater bin.
And I was staring at it, and I held it in my hand, and I realized...
It was a 10 for 10.
All of a sudden, I had this brain fart. Just... light bulb, brain fart, feces flying, whatever you want to call it. And I realized the only salvation for Bud Light is to change the name.
So you didn't have a brain fart. You had an epiphany.
We can call that.
A brain fart means you forgot. An epiphany, you're talking mind-blown epiphany, not mind-blown. Brain fart would be, I forgot what my mind was blown by.
Well, let's go back to the whole problem of this day.
I'm just trying.
I had to get up.
Make sure everybody's following along.
We're recording way early.
Oh, yeah.
Like morning early. Oh, my God, the sun just came out early.
We're watching the sunrise.
Brad has got to go to Tampa for a job thing.
It's going to be in the 90s this week. I probably should go do some training.
So, I got a point. I haven't even dressed for work. How early? I got pants in the car.
He has pants on.
Well, I have shorts. They're basically showered.
Well, let's be clear. I don't want people. We've been talking about your OnlyFans account. I don't need people.
Yeah, we're dressed.
If you're not watching this and you heard what Jamie just said, he is currently dressed and will stay dressed the whole time we're together.
I'm not doing an OnlyFans.
No, he's not.
Anybody willing to pay to see me naked, I want to block on my phone and hand out pictures to my neighbors to shoot on site.
You'd be the first OnlyFans with a money-back guarantee.
Yeah, we're not going there. But anyway, back to the changing the Bud Light thing to rebrand. Because as you were saying, their apology, not apology.
Yeah, the left's mad at them, the right's
pissed off the LGBTQ. Now nobody's buying them.
Yeah, I mean,
there's just nobody.
In Chicago, the gay bars have stopped serving Anheuser-Busch products. That's the rednecks and the conservatives got mad over the transgender can, and they quit drinking Bud Light. The left gets mad, and they pull Anheuser-Busch completely out of their establishments. So
now there's nobody drinking it.
it's not just Bud Light that they're protesting. They're protesting the whole darn company.
So Anheuser-Busch has managed to piss off everyone.
100%.
So as I was staring, as Brad pointed out, at Epiphany, and my all that caffeine, I'm gonna stop at McDonald's and get a large coffee before I go see a customer after this recording. But as I was having Epiphany fart, whatever you want to call it, a queef. So I was having a queef.
No. Oh man,
So,
it's too early for
anyway,
this crap.
I
Can't
realized
take it no more.
Bud Light, if you covered up the D in Bud and put 2 T's,
Bud Light.
well, yeah, that's what it's going to be called, right? Bud Light.
That's about all it's worth.
So you could get let's get as normal as a person as we can, not dress as a woman. We can have an obviously gay person with the normal Norm from Cheers. Remember him?
Yeah.
And a gay person.
Okay.
Let's pick a gay person I like. I like.
All right, so don't forget, sometimes crap, it does happen. And sometimes you need a plumber to fix it. In that case, we would call Danny Carden Plumbing, the official plumber of the Race Car Spelled Backwards podcast. The guys you call when crap happens.
Rosie O'Donnell. So, Norm and Rosie O'Donnell.
You're just showing your age, man. Norm and Rosie.
Yeah, I was
Are either one of those still alive?
I was like 10 and 12, 13 when that Cheers was out, and I got their innuendos and their jokes. That was like the first show I started figuring out that
I watched Cheers on Nick at Night.
Other meanings. Well, I was, I'm older than you, but your parents probably watched Cheers when they got it. So that was like the first half an hour comedy I got. Man, we're going down a lot of rabbit holes. Anyway, we got Rosie O'Donnell and Norm from Cheers.
Yeah.
You just put 2 T's on it and you go, Bud Light. Keeping the tradition. Tastes like ass for 40 years.
Hey,
and then Rosie can go,
advertising.
verified. And she
truth.
can put a blue check mark on it.
Truth in advertising right there.
Maybe I should make that for a short. You think I should spend $1 at Kroger?
No.
It's already dry, so I could tape 2 T's on the bud and cover it up, and I could go, RCB Media
No.
endorses Bud Light. Tastes
Bud
like
Light.
ass.
No, you
I think
should.
I'm going to do it.
I think you should.
I'm going to post it this week.
I'd like to see that.
I'm going to endorse it.
All right.
Bud Light.
Well, let's get into gender bending.
Oh, my.
Speaking of Bud Light, let's get into the gender bending segment. So,
And look,
something I discovered, gender bending is a gender.
I thought it was a sport in the Olympics.
No, it's a gender. Gender bender is considered a sexuality.
Oh, you know what? But this is what I was thinking for gender bender. I mean, I'm going to get too detailed in my sex life. But I once had it been the wrong way.
Is that a gender bender?
Like, I don't know what happened because the lights were off. This was a long time ago. We're talking back when I was young.
Oh, you bent it the wrong way.
Oh, no. It was someone else. I'm not going to go into the gender, but
Please
you can guess.
They bent your gender.
My gender got bent.
Ow. Sure.
It got sprung.
That's not good. No, gender bending.
There's a pill now for the...
No, gender bender is when if you are a man, when you bend the constraints of gender. So, like, a man wearing makeup would be a gender bender.
Or a news anchor. Or
No, I
movie
mean,
star.
not like
Tom Cruise wears
not
a lot
that
of makeup.
kind of makeup, like drag queen makeup. Like, drag queens are gender benders. And I guess, dude, I've read so many different gender definitions over the last 3 weeks. My mind is literally brain farted out.
Like the British think it's hilarious, a man dressing as a woman.
Yeah.
You can see it in their show.
It was
TV
funny
shows.
back in the day. Mrs. Doubtfire, The Birdcage. I mean, the great movies.
Do you think there's heterosexual drag queens?
Yes.
There are?
Yes.
Huh.
So, before we get into the different genders...
I can deal with that, but this bending stuff freaks me out.
So, I went to the Dictionary of Gender-Neutral Language.
Wow, they came up with a dictionary for that.
And this is their opening statement.
Does that mean the people that wrote it are non-binary?
I actually know what that means now, too.
I have no clue.
So, binary is male or female. Everything else is non-binary. Non-binary means you do not identify as an OG man or woman. Make sense?
But when you look at your privates, you're reminded of who you are.
Unless you don't identify them as your privates.
I see nothing down there. There's nothing.
Between my belly button and my butthole.
Dang.
So, the definition from the Dictionary of Gender Neutral Language. Here's some of their opening statement. Inclusive and gender neutral is not just respecting someone's pronouns. It's also describing their job, position, relationship, etc. in a way that doesn't assume their gender. Not all firefighters are firemen. Not every spouse is a husband or wife. When referring to somebody whose gender you do not know, to a group of people of mixed gender, and especially to non-binary people who explicitly prefer them, use the neutral forms of gender.
So, hold it now. So, we're kind of going back in time with this gender thing. Everybody's seen it. It's still on TNT and TBS, but Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah.
That was made a long time in the 80s, right?
I don't remember him being confused about gender, though.
Yeah, but he ran into a lassie. That's what he called them. And then he saw a dragon lady, whatever they're called.
Dragon?
Drag lady.
Drag queen.
Why can't I say dragon, though? I like dragon.
Okay.
Like they got big balls and they're dragging them down the road.
I like
Is that how they got dragon?
Maybe. Drag queen. Balls on a queen?
Or were their balls so fast they could drag race? Just put them balls on the ground and go, wee, wee. Anyway. He finally got to New York City. He started grabbing crotches to see if you were a lad or a lassie.
I remember that now.
Mm-hmm. So, if we have not verified whether you have one plumbing or the other, we have to be neutral when referring to someone. I would think you could get arrested for sexual harassment if you had everyone at a work meeting drop their pants.
Do you know that it is appropriate to use the pronouns vamp and vam? That is if you identify as a vampire. Those are acceptable pronouns. Vam and vamp.
Okay.
So,
whatever.
That was under the Dictionary of Gender Neutral Language. So it continues on. It says, below we present a dictionary of the words to watch out for. You can contribute to it and add your suggestions. Keep in mind that it's a dictionary of ideas and proposals. Not all quoted forms will make sense in every context. Not all are fully gender neutral, but they are used by some non-binary people to express themselves outside of the gender binary. And not every word here can be used for any given non-binary person. So just ask them which they prefer to be called.
So basically it's telling us to ask for their pronouns.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Otherwise, we're bad for making an assumption based on the way they look or dress.
I'm dyslexic. So, I struggled with the OG pronouns. So, this new crap, good luck. All right, first gender of the week. You ready?
All right, let me clear my mind.
Brain farted out.
Namaste. All right, I'm ready.
All right. First gender this week. Intersex.
I'm going to close my eyes. All right.
Intersex.
That's easy. So if you're intergalactic, like the Beastie Boys sing, intergalactic, that means you're having sex while traveling in space.
Well, it means you're not outer sex. That was the first definition.
Well, they can have inner space and outer space. So it is still. I guess you could be a time traveler.
You're wrong. That's incorrect, sir. Intersex is a term for those born with physical sex characteristics that cannot be traditionally classified as a Wolfanian, which is a man, or a Mullerian, which is a female.
Mandalorian?
No, I had to look up these words too. These are gender neutral terms for man and woman.
No, it's got man and, there's no way. You come to a conclusion just with the name.
Variations of intersex may appear in an individual's chromosomes, hormones, genitalia, gonads, secondary sex characteristics.
Gonads is in there?
Or some
in the definition.
Yes, gonads. Gonads. So,
but chicken tenders aren't in there.
Wolfane, that's WOLFFIAN, is an alternative.
Is a dog.
Is an alternative to the term biological male and refers to the phenotypic sex traits of an individual who has testes and was exposed.
Well, it also said tip there. Tip it. So, yeah, I got a tip.
Who was also primarily exposed to testosterone in the womb.
Exposed to testosterone. It's like, there's nuclear radiation there. Don't go over there without your protective suit.
Mullerian.
Oh, my God.
Which is Mullerian, is an alternative to the term biological female and refers to the phenotypic sex traits of an individual who has ovaries and was not exposed primarily to testosterone in the womb. Wow. Like, why do we have to make it so hard, people? You are born a man or you're born a woman. That's it. You either like men or you like women or you like both. That's it. It's not that complicated. You ready for the next not complicated gender?
I'm a little confused here.
Oh, I'm very confused. Because all these genders we're doing could be the same dang gender.
Oh, someone referred to me as a boomer in a
video.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
I am not a boomer. I'm a Gen Xer. There's nothing that you could call me that is a bigger put down than a boomer. My parents were boomers. Well, my mom was. My dad was that generation between the World War II people and the boomers.
All right, you ready for the next gender?
Well, hold it.
Boomer, you ready?
Hold it. Xer. Gen X. We were the first generation that, like, in high school, it's like, oh, yeah, he's gay. Oh, cool. We weren't screaming F words at him. It was like, oh, he's gay.
That was the boomers?
No, the boomers were still like...
They were anti?
Well, they used the GAY term as derogatory. Oh, he gay. We didn't use that, except as descriptive if they had actually come out. Like, there were some girls and guys that had actually come out in high school.
You should just reply to that guy's comment. Like on YouTube. Like you should have replied.
Maybe I should do a little.
I'm not a boomer. Do a short and tag him in it.
I mean, I'm grunge, motherfucker. Mofo.
All right. Omnigender. That's your next one, Jamie. What is omnigender?
Okay. So, in downtown Atlanta, there is the Omni Hotel.
Yep.
It's that big round hotel, right?
No, that's the Westin.
Where's the Omni?
I mean, it's downtown.
I've seen the Omni. I think I've stayed in the Omni.
They closed
the Omni. Is the Omni the one with the UFO on the roof?
I don't think so.
Spun them around?
No, I don't think that's it either. But it's in Atlanta. There's an Omni hotel.
There's an Omni Plaza downtown Atlanta.
All right. So what's...
I've been there. Stayed there.
So you're Omni...
Or it's closed down. That's when you're like 3 or 4 years old and your parents take you to Atlanta to go to like the World of Coke, the aquarium. You might go to the History Museum in Midtown. You might go to Stone Mountain, Six Flags. You could do the little merry-go-round thing they got going on. You go to CNN Center if that's your thing. But you're sitting... Oh, that's the Omni. CNN Center. That's it. Well, let's say you're sitting in the food court and you're like 2, 3 years old and you realize... I got a wiener.
And that means
they realize their gender
at the
Omni. Or
it's a coming of age place.
Or you could be a little girl and go, Mommy, what do they call that? And she goes, they call that a vajayjay. So, you know, the male and female have realized their gender at the Omni.
Okay, so that's incorrect.
So it's not incorrect.
Omnigender is similar to pangender. It is sometimes used interchangeably with pangender, but sometimes a distinction is made, although there is no consistent definition. The most common definition that we could come up with of omnigender is someone who experiences almost every gender, but not quite.
Is this going to make a really good show?
Another common definition is someone who experiences
a new
all
definition.
Genders.
I'm omnigender.
But treat them as one gender.
I'm all gender. Well, that's a hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite.
All right.
So that's stupid.
The next gender is Felix sexual. Or flexisexual.
Oh, well, that makes complete sense to me.
So look, sexual.
I mean, I haven't seen a male wear. Well, no, I've seen some male wear yoga pants.
Okay. That's how you know.
Well,
if you wear yoga pants, you're flexisexual.
I mean, I've seen
or Felix sexual or
you're flexi because more likely.
Flexi.
And I'm telling you, yoga pants seem to work on all women of all sizes.
I don't know if they work, but they wear them.
Well, I haven't seen someone so gigantic that I've seen them in the yoga pants.
You haven't been to Universal recently, then?
Okay, well, all right. Well, anyway.
So flexisexual is
you get real flexible pants. It's what you do in the yoga pants. You go to yoga class
you get flexible.
And you get very flexible, and they got hot yoga too, so you get hot and bothered, and you get horny.
That's not
horny.
That's
Look,
not correct.
Horn sign. Look at that.
It's incorrect.
Look at that. Heavy metal horn sign. You get horny doing your yoga. So that is flexisexual.
Flexisexual is when
the sex you have at the yoga mat.
It's when your gender is fluid and your attraction changes with it.
My gender's got fluid.
Or your gender changes with your crush's gender preference.
Actually, I think women, I know for a fact, it's not just men. Women got fluid too.
When you're flexisexual, you might like someone.
It sounds like Flex Seal.
You might like
my boat's sinking. Give me some flexisexual.
You might like someone and feel yourself changing towards their gender preference.
That's bisexual. Simple.
No, your gender changes. So, like, I like women.
I can't grow a penis or a vagina based on my desires.
That's what this is saying.
I ain't a lizard with a tail getting yanked off.
Another definition could be that it stands for sexuality in which one's sexual attraction changes over time, sometimes on a day-to-day basis, sometimes over the course of a month. Depends on the person for the exact timing. None of these definitions make sense. None of these genders, sexualities, pronouns, none of them. The only genders that make sense are male and female.
My God.
I'm sorry. I've been reading genders there's no way anybody with half a flippin' brain could get behind this crap. This is so out there, man. Like, your gender is depending on your partner's preference. Well, what if your partner is flexi-sexual and their preference change on a day-to-day basis? That means one day you wake up with a wiener, one day you wake up without a wiener. And if it changes multiple times in a day, it'd be wiener
now
down, wiener
with
there,
the
wiener down, wiener there.
Oculus, subscribe to some Meta. I'm sure you can do that
Yeah, but that's still...
in the metaverse.
That's not reality, though. It's not reality.
So
It's not reality.
I know what's going on here.
What's going on here? You tell. Jamie's got it figured out.
Got it figured out.
I'm glad you do, because I ain't got a clue what's going on.
So, I mean, I'm going to just say it as it is. 99%. We're going to get canceled anyway.
Okay.
I don't think people that listen to us cancel people.
I don't either.
So,
we don't identify.
let's talk about the freedoms we have here in America, right?
Well, I mean, you have the freedom to be omnigender if you want.
You can do anything you want.
That don't mean I have to agree with it, though. That's what I think makes me
I don't think it matters if you agree.
It should.
So your neighbor at home closes that door, just cross the street over there and decides, today I'm a woman. And they ka-ping, make a woman part, right? Because they're
Magic.
They're that whatever that sexual is.
Flexi.
Word 3, flexi-sexual.
Word 3.
And their partner realizes the switch is on, right?
Yep.
So that one just went ka-ping and changed. Well, the other one has to say, do you want me to switch or do you want me to stay the same? Because they're flexsexual too. And then that person, that partner has to make a decision, right? You either stay the same or you change.
Well, that's a selfish move then, because you're not taking into consideration your partner's considerations.
Well, let's just say the conversation goes, you can stay the same. Bing!
Well, there would be no being.
Or wiggle of a nose. Ka-pinka, pinka, pinka. Whatever. You go back to the bedroom and you do whatever you do, right?
Okay.
In the privacy of your own bedroom.
Okay. It shouldn't matter.
I got nothing against you. I don't hate you, nothing.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter.
You did what you wanted to do, right? If I go home and go, honey, it's time for some hanky-panky. And we don't go ka-ping and change our genders. We just go have regular things. That person across the street that's flexible, they don't give a shit what I did in my house either.
They don't know.
Correct.
Yeah.
The problem is that 0.1%, not the 99.9%, that 0.1%, they want attention. So they make up this weird crap and then try to force it on us. I can't remember the next 200 sexes. And to be honest,
Nor do you want to remember them.
I don't care.
It don't matter.
I really don't care what Mulvaney does. I cannot go to his Twitter feed.
You can if you want.
So
Or
he
you
can
can if you
do
want.
whatever he wants.
Right.
If you're as a consumer product want to ruin your brand, I don't care if you ruin your brand.
That's your problem.
Because if you ruin your brand, I can go to another product. You don't have a monopoly. Because this is America. We don't allow monopolies. We do allow duopolies.
Well, I thought NASCAR was ruining their brand until yesterday.
Well, that is the best race we've had with the new car.
Kansas 100% delivered yesterday. Denny Hamlin wins the race. Phenomenal race. I mean, I can't even state it enough. When I looked at Jeff Gluck's poll, it was 95% yes.
What was wrong with the other 5%?
Some people must have accidentally hit no. So the other 5% were
they
Kyle Larson
voted.
fans.
They voted before. We even had
No, they're Kyle Larson fans.
a fist cuff.
Well, the vote didn't start till this morning.
Well,
But Kyle Larson fans probably weren't happy that
I like
Kyle Larson got
Kyle
loose
Larson.
coming off the turn. Then he got into him. They were both at fault,
Dude, that was just good racing.
or neither at fault. So I see no problem whatsoever with what happened.
Even if Denny bumped them,
They had been racing hard for 30 laps.
they were fighting for position, right?
Yes.
And they were flip-flopping 1 and 2, 1 and 2.
Correct.
Denny bumped them, very slight bump, got him wiggling. Larson was fighting for 1 and 2. He finished 2. He didn't finish 38th.
Now,
I'm good with what happened.
if
I like Larson.
that would have happened with 2 laps to go, Larson would have finished well in the back because he was done.
But it was on the last lap.
But it was on that's what I mean. Like, everybody's comparing it to.
We had multiple cars that could win the race,
A
too.
lot of people are not happy about the whole move that Denny made. They're saying, well, Denny's very critical of this kind of racing every other week until he wants to do it. No, Denny don't like. Ross Chastain would have pulled that.
Reckon on lap 60 is his problem.
That's what Ross Chastain would have done. Chastain will Chastain you on lap 5. Denny won't handling you until the last lap of the race. There's a big difference. And what Denny did was hard racing. Kyle Larson was slideways out of control. Denny it wasn't going to take much to put him in the wall.
Larson wasn't even mad at the end of the race.
If Larson wouldn't have been loose, wrecking loose, coming off turn 2, he would have never hit that wall. If he would have been in control of the car when Denny hit him like he did, Larson wouldn't have wrecked. He would have just got loose. But Larson was already wrecking loose, so when Denny touched him, it finished him off. I got no problem with what Denny did.
And to be honest, I recorded the race, and the family and I went and saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3. This is the only race I've actually said after I watched it recorded, dang, I wish I would have watched it live.
No doubt.
Because you know what? Bush,
Screwed me.
and no, I'm talking about the Bush in the booth.
Oh.
Bush and Clint did a good job in the booth, too.
Yeah, I think Kurt does a really good job in the booth.
I think he brought,
I mean,
just like Tony, Kurt brought up the game of Clint.
I was talking to Brandon, one of our listeners, and he was saying about, like, the booth. He said that
Was it Brandon that accused me of being a boomer?
No, I don't remember that guy's. I thought it was funny. I didn't even remember the guy's name. But no, Brandon was saying that he thought it was an awesome race, best race of the year. The only downfall was the Fox booth. So,
well, that piece of shit's a quiet quitter.
They've had their issues. But
whoever you are.
Who?
Call me a boomer. I'm very anti-boomer.
He's probably, what are the new generations? Z?
Zillennials?
Zillennials, yeah. He's probably a zillennial. So,
sitting at home playing PlayStation 100 because he ain't got no job.
Probably.
Mama, can you give me some popcorn when you go?
So I got no problem with what Denny did. I thought Denny and Kyle was phenomenal racing. No issues whatsoever with it.
Not just them. When Truex was taking the lead.
The whole race. Like, all over the track. Mean, the cars, all day, they're holding on to the cars.
Pretty much top 10 had a chance of win. Anyone in the top 10.
Hot, slick racetrack made for great racing with the next-gen car. So, we only need to run May to September, and they have to be hot, slick tracks. We need to heat the tracks up even.
Maybe we should go down to Homestead in July. It's going to be hot and muggy.
Maybe. It'll be a good race. And I saw a lot of people commenting in the Twitterverse about Chicagoland, which I think they've actually started tearing up. So I don't think we're going back to Chicagoland. Would be cool. After the
city of Chicago's turned on the street course.
Yeah, well, that was coming. Duh. You can't go to a leftist city like Chicago and think they're going to welcome a mostly conservative fan base to their town.
I don't think it's mostly conservative.
Okay, 50% conservative. But it has
last year.
Okay, as NASCAR fans, we're in the sport. We understand it's not mostly conservative. Outsiders looking in still look at NASCAR as a good old boy down south redneck southern conservative sport.
Okay, we went to the Atlanta race in the spring.
I'm just saying that's how
and last year
the Chicago gang members look at NASCAR as a bunch of outside conservative rednecks.
We saw hundreds. There was I don't know what you want to call it, LGBTQ contingent at the Atlanta race, which is the capital of the Southeast. Hundreds of people.
I would say Talladega. If you see it at Talladega, then we're...
Didn't we see it at Talladega last year? We did not.
Talladega is still booing Kyle Busch.
Okay.
They were telling... Kyle Busch said it somewhere. They was talking, or somebody said it.
But I didn't even come up to you, and you didn't come to me.
They're booing Kyle Busch, and then they're telling him take his Toyota somewhere else.
And your dad, who I don't think is a boomer either.
That's like Kyle Busch is like, no, my dad would be your generation.
Yeah, he's an Xer.
Yeah.
But even your dad, he didn't go, oh, look at them people over there with the rainbow flag. Nobody said anything derogatory.
I didn't even say it.
Not even around us.
I didn't even notice it. So after...
last year they were there watching the pogo stick guys. A whole bunch of them.
Oh, that was... Pogo stick guys suck. So after the race, Noah Gragson grabs a hold of Ross Chastain, and Trackhouse, I don't know if everybody knows this or not, but I don't know this for sure, but I think they have a no grab policy where if you put your hands on me, I'm just going to swing. And honestly, I'm okay with that.
That was a nice move he had.
That was Ross.
Do you think the smile on his face when he did it was out of nervousness? Because he thought it was funny? I thought it was funny.
I have decided after yesterday that Ross Chastain is a douchebag, and I do not like him whatsoever. There is nothing Ross Chastain can do at this point to make me change my mind. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
So Noah Gragson grabs a hold of Ross. Ross hits him. I'm okay with that. If you grab me, we're ready. That means you're ready to tangle. So Noah won that.
Grabbing is an aggressive move.
Noah lost. Ross won. My problem. Media goes up to Ross Chastain, asking him, what did y'all talk about? Oh, that's private business between me and Noah Gragson.
That's a problem.
I am not going to discuss what we discussed. Well, why did you hit him? I am not going to discuss what happened between me and Noah Gragson with the media or anybody in public. It was a private It wasn't private. Okay, Ross? There was nothing private about you hitting Noah Gragson in the face. You did it on national TV. You did it on Twitter. You did it on TikTok. You did it on Instagram, you did it on YouTube, you did it on Facebook. Everybody saw it. Ross, you're a douchebag, okay? You are 100% Ross the douche Chastain. Own it, dude. Ooh. Own it. Come out and say, I meant to hit him. I meant to wreck him. I'll bust his teeth out. Whatever. Own it. You want to drive like Dale Earnhardt and then act like Betty Ross? It ain't going to work for me, dude.
I thought he's more like acting like Betty White, but...
Betty White was angry on the
Betty Ross? Oh, she made Betsy. she made the flag. Well, he got an American flag car.
That's what I'm saying. You want to act like grandma, but drive like grandma too. Joey Logano is the only douche on the racetrack who can smile and giggle and then wreck you on the racetrack. He is just, that's who he is.
Well, obviously...
Joey wants to be a douchebag.
That's what Chastain is too, though.
No, he's not even...
He doesn't giggle. He's not even funny.
Joey Logano stupid. Chastain is on a whole nother level of douchebaggery. It is just not working for me. I can't stand him. I'm so sick and tired of seeing Chastain on the TV.
Dude, you know for the rest of the year that we're going to want to know where Noah Gragson and Ross Chastain are on the track. This is going to make for awesome racing.
Only because Noah is awesome.
Noah's going to get back
Noah
at him.
has a personality of 10. And Ross has a personality of -3.
He's a 0. We're just going to call him Captain Zorro from now on.
Trackhouse has phenomenal cars and 2 pretty darn good race cars.
Suarez has a good personality.
Have you ever watched Suarez?
Even if you want to hate him.
No offense to Suarez not knowing the English language.
He learned it on TV.
His lips never touch. Now, mine don't either. It's a redneck thing. But... he is sounding every word out to the best of his ability, and they don't touch. My God, we go die, and we ran. Like, what did he just say? I have no idea what Suarez says when he talks.
Well, you know,
but I don't dislike him. But then you got douchebag Chastain and his douchebaggery of crap coming out. I didn't mean to wreck him. I'm sorry. I'm going to go right over there and apologize. Well, first I'm going to go over to Skip Barber Racing School and get some training. Then I'm going to go apologize.
He had a laundry list of things to do, man. What was that all about?
What an idiot, man. I'm
going to go to Sonic and get me a Freezy Pop.
I think my car's on E. I'm going to have to get some gas in the car before I go to Skip Barber. Then I'm only at Skip Barber for 6 hours. I think we're going to try to do 7, but if we can't, we'll do 6. And then I'm probably going to need gas again.
Oh, I'm going to plug one of our great listeners. First, I got to go get my oil change at Coastal Oil.
Get my oil changed over there at Coastal Oil.
Because they're a great oil change company.
Phenomenal, man. I actually found one locally over here in Peachtree City.
Yeah, there's 2 of them in Atlanta.
So I will definitely be using.
So if you guys pay someone to change your oil, I'd definitely use Coastal.
Oh, no doubt.
I would. I went to their website because they're always retweeting our shows.
They're fast, too.
Yeah, they are fast, under 10 minutes. But You know what? They got franchises available.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
I was thinking, maybe.
Maybe.
Should I fill out this form?
Maybe.
Since they're friends of ours?
Maybe. Maybe we get our own friend. Well, we got one by my house, so we have to go down towards your house now.
I don't know if we got the population for it yet, but Atlanta's coming.
Oh, yeah.
It's something we could do in the future.
People are going to need good gold change.
In the next 5 years, we'll be just like Henry County down Monroe.
So, did you see did you watch the video, I assume, of Ross punching?
Oh, I watched I went to YouTube last night and did multiple angles.
I have a problem with the whole fight.
What?
I do have a problem with it.
No, it didn't hit back.
Gold shirt guy?
Oh, breaking it up?
Yeah, well, no. That is Ross's security. The way he grabbed Noah is unacceptable. Unless your fire suit says, official, I don't want to see you intervene in a fight between 2 drivers. You don't touch our drivers, period. I don't care who you are.
True that.
So, gold shirt guy needs to be fined, fired, and kicked out. No more access to the garages. No more access to pit road. He doesn't need. If I'm Noah Gregson, I'm getting a restraining order against gold shirt guy.
So I got an idea for the off season.
That stupid haircut Noah's got's what got him punched. I think Ross going, let me go. Why don't you cut your hair? You know what? You should have cut your hair. And then Ross swung. That's what Ross won't tell us. Ross don't want us to know he hit Noah because of his haircut. That's the only reason.
That bowl cut?
Just the bowl cut.
I don't know.
Bob Pockris in the media center was showing Denny the video.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Denny
at first, it looked like it took him a few seconds before it actually registered because he looked away and then he went, what?
I think when he looked away, he was just enjoying the moment. Like, somebody finally stood up to Ross.
Oh, I love Noah.
And what Denny even said, he goes, well, Ross did tell him to stop, and he didn't.
I'm all for it. And, they say Chase Elliott was pushing him on. Go get him. Go get him.
Oh, yeah, he was. That's what.
But you know what? This is big.
That.
This is big for both Chastain and Noah. They're both going to benefit from this. That's going to be on videos forever.
Noah getting knocked out.
Well, he didn't get knocked out.
Oh, he got. I don't think
he got whacked pretty good. He looked kind of.
Noah. See,
he was kind of not steady.
Chicken crap move, man. Like Trackhouse takes a swing, or Ross the douche Chastain.
I don't know.
All his douchebaggery, he swings, makes contact, and then his security guard jumps in before Noah has a chance to swing back. That's wrong, dude.
That's wrong.
Noah should have dropped gold shirt dude. If I would have been Noah, I'd have been like, screw you, Ross. I'm going after gold shirt dude. Dropped him, then dropped Ross. If I'm Noah Gregson, when I get to Darlington, I'm going straight to gold shirt dude, and I'm knocking 3 of his teeth out.
So just
to set a precedent. Don't touch me. Back.
I got something to help viewership and increase the purse going to be handed out by whoever goes to broadcast NASCAR.
What's that?
UFC fight. Noah versus Chastain.
I think somebody should put a bounty out on Ross Chastain like they do in short track racing. Like if you can beat so-and-so. instead of a bounty for beating him on the track, like if you can land a punch on douchebaggery, then you get $100.
I mean, I decided after that little punch, and it was a good move.
Oh, Ross made contact. Ross had a clean swing.
But Ross is...
But he did it with his
personality-wise?
He did it with his guy right there. He knew Noah wouldn't get
He's a zero.
Oh, Ross.
He has no personality. His personality, we only see it on the track.
Yeah, and it sucks.
And he's a douchebag.
100%. I cannot get behind Ross at all.
Oh, I'm behind him. I don't want him to go anywhere. I don't like him.
Oh, yeah, I don't want him to go anywhere either.
And
keep doing what you're doing on the track.
We've been saying Noah's going to be great for NASCAR.
Yeah, when Noah gets in decent equipment, I mean, Jimmy Johnson's taking legacy to Toyota because Chevy gives everything to RCR, Colleague, and Hendricks.
It ain't going to get any better for the rest of the season.
Oh, this season's over.
Yeah, it's done.
It's a lame duck year for
Chevy's going to go, we ain't going to share anything with them. They're going to Toyota next year.
And Toyota can't help them at all.
Yeah.
So, and they're already in the worst Chevrolet equipment out there. So, it's not.
I know. Isn't that Rick Ware?
I thought he was a Ford.
Is he a Ford?
Yeah. Yeah, he is a Ford.
Is he?
Yes. And, I mean, J.J. Yaley was in everybody's way. Yes, J.J. Yaley should not have been in the conversation at the end of the race when the leaders are racing to the end of the race. I mean, we got less than 30 laps to go.
They should have black flagged him.
Well,
just get him off.
No, I don't. He don't have to get off the track, but get out of the dang way. You get these cars, you're 45 laps down or whatever.
But shouldn't you be black flagged if you're unwilling to get out of the way? It's not like
what he should have been.
What's the difference? I mean, I'm going to make laps. So 46 over 45. Maybe they should give an extra purse to the laggards to get off the racetrack.
I mean, he finished 23rd.
Well, that ain't horrible.
That's horrible. He sucks. He sucks. Just get out of the dang way. Don't be a factor at the end. I mean, that's a Quinn Huff move. Don't be a factor at the end. If we don't talk about you, we didn't talk about Brandon Poole yesterday. Successful day for Brandon Poole. He didn't get wrecked by Chastain. He didn't even go back out there and wreck Chastain. So
should have.
No, it was a great race. I really enjoyed it. Great racing all weekend. I watched late model stocks at the Cars Tour race. I watched that Friday night. Dude, our Fox booth, I would be willing to pay for their Flow Racing subscription for those
so they can learn.
Because the Cars
Tour, we're talking the minor leagues, the better they are.
Cars Tour on Flow Racing, way better than Clinton Mike. Even the Lucas Oil late model dirt stocks, that broadcast team did a better job. I mean, they show Formula One excitement. What I want is, this is what we need. We need Kentucky Derby excitement.
Where we're going to kill the cars?
In the cut 1-0. They only killed 7 horses that day.
That's it.
That's all. I mean, there was only 14 there.
Alpo's going to have a lot more meat this year.
We're going to have an abundance of glue. That's all I'm saying. So, did you watch the Kentucky Derby?
I did not.
I neither. I watched the replay last night so I could say I did.
Well, I watched it on YouTube.
A buddy of mine sent me a text. He's like, I put 20 on Mage. I'm like, what the heck's he talking about? This is Saturday. I'm like, who the heck is he talking about Mage? Like, is that somebody in the truck series I haven't ever heard of won the race? I mean, and then yesterday I went and watched the YouTube video from the actual Kentucky Derby. And oh, that's who Mage is. Did you watch Formula One?
Yeah, did you notice this? I'm going to compare F1 to NASCAR.
NASCAR's
Max Van Stupenberg has more personality than Ross Chastain.
Yeah, and that's
not a lot.
That's saying a lot.
He doesn't have a lot, but geez, the dude won by what, 15 seconds?
I thought he won before the race started.
Well, I mean, basically, they had already decided he's champion this year, too.
Yeah, I mean, I heard he was already the champion. They've already put his name on the trophy, sent it to him. I didn't watch Formula One. Like I said,
we had some Mafia members down there, though, as we said earlier.
Yeah, so
they shot video for us.
I kept up with their video and photos they were sending us. So, yeah, I mean,
I watched it, but
I didn't watch it. I was watching Bandolero racing on Flow Racing before the Cup race.
Well, you know what was...
Dude, they had truck racing at Riverhead with trucks that were not lowered and didn't have covers over the bed.
Well, that's pretty cool.
One truck was out there, the Zero, had the duct tape on the door. So black truck, solid black truck with silver duct tape.
Was that his number?
0. That was his number yesterday.
Nice.
I guess when he got done running flex Friday, he took some silver tape and put it on the door.
Oh, silver tape too, huh?
Oh, yeah. That's
he's HVAC guy.
100%. So he didn't do good either. But I watched that. And then they had some like 4-cylinder Honda racing out there at Riverhead. And then they had Bandoleros and Legend cars. I watched the Legend cars on dirt Saturday night. And that was phenomenal racing too. And I'm telling you, Flow Racing, if you don't have it, we're not sponsored by Flow Racing. They're not asking me to say this. I'm giving you my true review from my heart. It's worth the money. It's $160. I did the annual subscription. I've already got my money's worth in 2 weeks out of it. Like
a lot of money, dude.
Kyle Larson on dirt is a magician. Like I watched him at the All-Star Sprint Circuit this week. The All-Star Circuit of Champions. Tony Stewart owns. It's the Wing Sprint Car Series. I watched him race that. Then he got in a late model and raced that. But Kyle Larson in a late model stock, sideways, rear end hits the wall every single lap. And he is flying.
You can use the wall to straighten yourself out, though.
It is so fun to watch. And I know you're cheap, but it's worth it. You wouldn't regret it. And if you're listening and you're on the fence, should I get Flow Racing? Go download the app. It's free to download. Go to
Don't they have a free race every once in a while?
Well, they have 24. It's called Flow Racing 24/7. It is old races. You can watch them for free. I did that for about a week to determine if I wanted to pay the money, and then I did, because I don't know any of the drivers on the track half the time, and when I do know one, I get excited. But it's just, I don't care who wins. I just want to see a good show, and that's what I get every single race. These guys bring it. So if you're on the fence, go download Flow Racing. You won't regret it. You want to jump right into Twitter Says now, Jamie?
Oh, sure.
Are you even following along?
I'm waking up, man. I'm waking up.
I mean, we can do Tiny Time.
I'm just.
What do you want to do? I'm leaving it up to you.
Sitting here just zoning out, dude.
Let's just go to Twitter Says.
Let's go to Twitter. Then we can talk about old Tiny Ty and Big T.
So, fake MLB Bowman tweeted.
So it's not really Bowman.
He said, Ross is modern day Dale Earnhardt. Cry, you losers. FF_Terminator responded with, without wins, more like a fit Jimmy Spencer. Oh, that's a.
Have you noticed how old Chastain looks anorexic? He's
He is tiny.
Yeah, you know, little man.
You know what he looks like?
What do you think he identifies as?
A douchebag.
Okay. Is that a pronoun?
Yeah.
It is a pronoun.
Douche or douchebaggery.
Yeah.
At 69JMB66. I hated Earnhardt on the track. I was a Rudd fan. But
Hold it. Rudd is our competitor. We are not Rudd fans. They're actually made by Rheem.
Ricky Rudd.
Oh, I thought he was talking air conditioners.
No. So,
but hold it. Since I threw out those guys, I'm going to have to throw out our employer.
Daikin.
Daikin makes
the best.
Some of the best systems in the world.
Hey, when other crap happens,
FIT system,
when other crap happens and your air don't work and it's hot in your house,
you need a FIT system.
You need a Daikin FIT system.
You guys ought to go ahead Google Daikin FIT system. You'll be amazed.
Don't take our word from it. Because
Google it.
We came from competitors of Daikin. And
we thought we were the best until we got here.
We came from a company that said innovation never felt so good, and then we got to a company that actually innovated.
Yeah.
This Daikin FIT system, mind blown. 100% agree with that.
Yeah, it's amazing. And, Goodman, if you're looking for a decent brand that won't cost you an arm and a leg, Goodman's a good brand too. But not Rudd. Not Rudd.
Not Rudd.
Not Ricky Rudd.
Not Ricky Rudd.
Or Jimmy Rheem. Don't do no Jimmy Rheem either.
So 69JMB66 said, I hated Earnhardt on the track. I was a Ricky Rudd fan. But Chastain is only relevant because he races in a pussy NASCAR series. He would have been taught a lesson after the first time he tried the crap he pulls now. Dale would have smoked him with both eyes closed and wearing high heels.
Then he would have winked at him and giggled.
I don't think Dale Earnhardt wore high heels.
No.
I don't even think he smoked.
Wow. How did that leak into this? That's a different segment. You should have read that during the other segment. Yeah.
So Jeff Gluck says, was Kansas a good race? After 4,000 votes, 95% said yes, 5% said no. Jamie, I gave it a yes. What would you have voted if you would have voted?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
and on a scale 1 to 10?
10.
10. I don't know if 9.5 came up from. Probably.
I would go with a 9 on this one. I thought it was
9?
Yeah. I don't believe in giving 10s. Not to NASCAR. They haven't earned
it. Well, based on the last year and a half, this is a 10.
9. Still going with a 9.
All right.
So Jeff Gluck, was Kansas a good race? At Team KFB Fan 8 replied with, hot weather creates a slick track equals what is needed for the next gen car to produce a good race. I couldn't agree anymore.
I don't disagree.
I mean, you think about the Coke 600 last year, one of the best races of 2022. It was hot and it was slick. Hot, slick track.
Hold it. News break.
What?
I got our old boss communicated with me.
Did he?
Uh-huh.
What he said?
I'm not going to glorify him with his name.
No, don't do that.
He said we were talking about him on our podcast, which means he's a listener.
Oh, thanks for listening, old boss of ours.
Yeah, thanks. I know we haven't been kind to you, but
we've never called him by name. So
no, you know what
a handful of people know.
You know what I replied to him, man? I said, "Don't be so vain."
You're awesome. So at evigs24.
Is that Viggs Diesel?
I don't know. He replied to Jeff Gluck, who had just basically made the F1 race an afterthought.
Well, yes.
I agree with that, too.
But, the booth for F1 makes it exciting without it being exciting. And did you notice when Van Birkenstock?
Yeah.
When he's 15 seconds ahead?
Yeah.
They don't waste their time showing him.
No, they show.
What's the point?
They're not. They're
showing racing somewhere else.
Fox will show one single car qualify all day and miss all the action.
I mean, I watched the 11th position car overtake the 10th. Well, and Max Van Furkenberg, I hardly ever saw him mentioned.
Furkenberger.
I would just see him on the grid. He's 29 seconds. I'm exaggerating. I don't think he ever got 29. It's usually 12 to 15 seconds lead. You never saw him in the same picture as the second place guy, his partner, teammate.
So at NASCAR said, how are we feeling after yesterday? MD All Race said, that Trackhouse team are gutless. Throw the first punch, then have security immediately jump in. Well, we said that too. We agreed with that. At Joshua P. Boston 1 replied to NASCAR with, well, now I see that it was just hard racing. Can't say I can fault Hamlin. It was all gloves off at that point, and he took advantage of a mistake by Larson. It was a great race, although I would have preferred a clean drag race between the 5 and the 11 to the line. Oh, well.
When all the cars are supposedly even at the beginning, that's not going to happen. What's going to happen in a good race is what we just saw. Someone's going to have to take the air away or do a little tap. That was a nice tap, not a get the F out of my way, I'm Ross Chain, off the chain, Chastain.
Yep. No, I agree. All right, let's jump into Tiny Ty.
All right. You're going to be Big T or... No. I'm going to be Tiny Ty.
I'll be Tiny Ty.
All right, you get to be Tiny. Look, get in the character.
I don't remember how I did it.
You got to put your hand over your head. Go, whoop.
Whoop.
All right.
Whoop. Why do I say whoop?
You in character now?
I don't know,
Tiny
Big
Ty.
T.
Yo. You in character, Tiny Ty.
I don't know, Big T, if I'm in character or not, but I'm going to try.
All right, go right ahead there, Tiny Ty.
Hey, Big T, what do you call the people that make drugs at the pharmacy?
Oh, they call them the pharmacist.
Big T, what do they call those people that ride bicycles in France?
That easy there, Tiny Ty. They call them bicyclists. Come on, forget about it. It's too easy.
Big T, what do they call the dude that works on your teeth?
Come on, forget about it. Too easy. We go to the dentist. Oy vey.
Well, Big T, you used to drive race cars, and I drive race cars. What do they call us?
Racist?
No.
Well, we just covered that in our segment before.
You know? Where do you get these dad jokes from, man? Do you have a website you're pulling this off of?
I made this one up.
That's pretty
good. Out
good.
of my own little twisted brain.
That's pretty good. All right, well, we're going to Darlington next week, and Jamie, where don't we want to stay at?
We're not racist, though, because we're fans of NASCAR. Let's make that clear.
So you're saying just drivers are? I don't think our drivers.
Well, this is just a
We're not
dumb.
gonna- I'm not
This
even
is
gonna
just a dumb dude
This is
from the up north.
Oh, I think it's funny. I think people that listen to our
Yeah.
show know we're not
He's
racist.
an idiot.
They know we're not racist, so.
Big
Ain't worried
T's
about it.
just an idiot from up north. He's
Big-
a Yankee.
Yeah, Big Tony. Tony Uri, he ain't no racist. He's a racer.
But he ain't from up north.
No, he is up North Carolina.
North Wilkesboro. He's up North Wilkesboro.
He's
That makes you a Yankee. You
He's up north.
North Wilkesboro.
He's up north. He's out there in Cornelius.
Cornelius, Georgia.
All right,
You know
Darren,
we have a Cornelius, Georgia?
where do we want to stay?
Cornelia.
Let's get into some hotel rooms.
So we have this free legal counsel we have.
Yeah, he got on to us after last week.
Yeah, so he said we were challenging people to sue us last week. I don't think we were challenging to be sued.
No.
And he said it could be anybody can sue anybody. I think I said this last week and then ignored his
Yeah,
advice.
Pretty much, 100%.
He said anybody can sue anybody, although you're reading the reviews as they come off someone else's review and they could be verified. You don't want to get sued because he gives us pro bono legal advice. And he said, once we go to court,
We had to start paying.
$800 an hour. So we did the addition, looked at how much in the hole we are doing this podcast, times it by 100. So we're out, what, $500 a year doing this podcast?
Well, then we divided it by pi.
Yeah, and then we did pi. And then we tried it on the flex gender calculations.
And once we flex gendered it,
We realized that just going to court, getting charged court time,
it's more than we could afford.
we would be in the hole because it was a negative number.
We won't be able to buy new recording equipment if we get.
Yeah, we won't be able to have an extra jack to have guests.
So
we'd be like a couple $100,000 in the hole if we got sued.
make sure you read your reviews is what
Yeah.
we're getting at.
So we're going to stop calling out the hotels so we don't get sued because as our pro bono attorney kind of pointed out to us that he was working pro bono and that the legal firms that work for these hotels are not pro bono.
So we'll still tell you who wrote the review. We're just not going to say the name of the hotel. It is in South Carolina, though. We'll give you the
Yeah.
state. So anyway, if you're going to the race,
It's near Florence.
all right. So let's go. Amy L.
Amy L. She's from Tallahassee. She's from Florida 1, which I don't understand what that means, but she's made one contribution. One contribution, 5 helpful votes.
Yeah. All right.
So she says this is the worst hotel we've ever stayed in. And this is in Florence, guys. Rooms are filthy. Do not believe the pictures on Priceline. Carpet is disgusting. Sliding door did not lock. So I guess they had a balcony. Is that what she's saying?
Yeah, that's what I would think.
No cover on back of toilet. So I'm thinking maybe some drug dealers put their drugs in the tank,
Stole the lid.
stole the lid because they were high.
Maybe they left the lid off so they wouldn't forget to get their drugs
Maybe they were
out of the
snorting
tank.
cocaine on the toilet lid in the main bedroom, which I don't know
so they
why you
dropped their
do that.
cocaine up on the toilet lid and then took
Yeah,
the toilet lid back into the room.
That's clean.
Yeah. Flexies.
Towels are tiny and paper thin. Free breakfast is a joke. Cheerios and mini bagels.
That's better than nothing. That's
Well,
like
look at the next thing. No milk. So you're going to dry eat the Cheerios?
sometimes you got to dry eat it.
Coffee was a single coffee pot for 20 people and very weak. The breakfast was the last straw. What, they going to go all Chastain on this sucker?
Dumb. I'm Ross Chastaining you.
I grabbed a bunch of mini bagels and a mini box of mini Cheerios. So is it smaller than a mini box?
That's what he's saying.
So they broke it up in little tiny Lilliputian
No,
boxes?
I think they're tiny Cheerios. They're smaller.
Okay.
They're the inside of the round part.
So Amy says mini box of mini Cheerios. Walked over to the front desk. So I guess your free breakfast is right near the front desk.
Oh my God.
And proceeded to throw them at the motel clerk. Then I
everything that's wrong with America right here.
Okay, so this is a
This ain't
first.
Waffle House.
This is a first for us.
Definitely the first. Definitely a first.
Then I squatted and took a piss on the floor.
Hey,
F y'all.
she just made this hotel even worse.
You treat me like an animal.
Floor.
I was gonna ask like one. Okay. Staff was unfriendly.
How are you treating her like you're treating her like a toddler? So she should have pissed her pants.
If I work somewhere and you pee on the floor, I'm gonna be unfriendly too.
Unfriendly is an understatement of what I'm gonna be.
I'm gonna sucker punch you like Ross Chastain.
You're getting Chastain.
Oh my God! Of course they were unfriendly.
You just pissed in the lobby.
There was probably Cheerios there too.
No,
you just made the dry Cheerios
You have
wet.
thrown Cheerios and mini bagels at me, and now you're pissing in my floor. I'm probably coming over the counter and headlocking you and dragging your animal butt through the piss.
Amy's probably saying to herself, "This will teach them."
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
Like this is just normal. This is
idiot.
This is how you get revenge by. No, I'm sorry, Amy. You made a complete fool out of yourself.
100%.
I mean, I hope they got video cameras and posted this on YouTube, and I just haven't already looked. Amy peeing on hotel lobby floor. It's not on there.
And she's mad about the friggin' price because it's race weekend. Idiot.
Sign on hotel says $35 a night. But we were charged $110 because it was race weekend. This when I make my money in my job. What?
She's a hooker.
I don't cotton to no nonsense. Sleeping in the car would have been better. Apparently peeing in the lobby is against the law, and I ended up in the county jail. Well, why didn't you just call it a popo? Oh well. Won't be the last time. What won't be the last time? Staying at this hotel or peeing on the lobby floor?
Peeing on the lobby floor. This won't be the last time she...
Basically, she probably has a rap sheet as long as my arm.
She just admitted to pee that she's going to do it again.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Wow.
All right, we're
Amy.
Who's next?
So, Cynthia T. wrote...
Cynthia.
Cynthia's from Cumberland, Rhode Island.
Oh, this is going to be good.
10 contributions and 3 helpful votes.
Somebody from Rhode Island reviewing
this
something
is
from South Carolina.
So, this guy reviewed on TripAdvisor for his price. Oh, Amy, not... I should... What was that thing I should do when I don't know? Wolfette? Let's try... I'm going to be political...
Millennian.
All right.
Now I gotta look it up.
Now Amy is Millennian to me.
No.
Mulvanian?
No. It wasn't that. We just said it. It was a word for female.
No, you don't know. Remember, in one of the definitions, it was if you don't know.
Mullering.
Mullering.
Yeah.
Amy's mullering.
She's mullering.
Cynthia T. wrote... Oh, we already did that. She says, please condemn. When we pulled in, we thought we were staying at a Motel 6. The search had told us it was Motel 6, and we almost missed it because of the giant Thunderbird sign. I know exactly where this is.
I do too.
Because you can see that Thunderbird sign, and there's a sign that says Interstate 20 is like 6 miles away.
Yeah.
So anyway... It was a small Motel 6 sign identifying it.
So there's a Thunderbird.
It identifies, it's a Thunderbird identifying as a Motel 6.
Okay. That makes sense.
That's gender neutral, I think.
It is Thunderbird.
We paid the $50 rate for one night, so I don't think it was a race weekend.
No. Or maybe it was. Maybe it was that bad cheap.
And we're directed to our room. It was at night, so it was hard to see the whole facility. When we drove up to our room around the back, we noticed that many of the windows in the units were boarded up, along with our unit. So their unit had boards instead of windows?
Yeah, but this could have been after a hurricane.
Florence is way inland, though.
Well, maybe it was windy.
It's probably 80 miles from the ocean.
Did they have riots in Florence recently?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm just...
There were also a lot of people just hanging out in the shadows, milling around doing nothing in particular and talking in muffled voices.
Sure they weren't in Inglewood where we stayed at the Motel 6?
It could be. Hold it, you said Motel 6.
Well, so did you.
Oh, did I?
When you read the review.
Oh, yeah, but they didn't stay there. Once inside the room, it got very interesting.
We did stay at Motel 6.
We did. We can give our reviews. That's our experience.
We're just admitting to staying there.
It was not clean. There were cigarette burns on the bedspreads, and there was a large hole in the wall looking through the next unit. I know what that's for. I was young once and tugged and sucked a few times. My God. So, this is a glory hole and she knows it?
Wait a minute.
Okay, here we go. Let's go back again.
Yeah.
There was a large hole in the wall looking through to the next unit.
You read that way too calmly.
I know what that's for. Well, I just realized what it was for when she said, I know what that's for. I was young once and tugged and sucked a few times.
Well, maybe the hole was knocked in the wall. Maybe.
You know, I didn't know what that hole was in the stalls at gas stations until like a year ago. Someone told me it was a glory hole.
And that's where you get a rub and tug?
Yes.
So she's saying,
she's saying she did this back in the day.
I'm with you now.
She's older.
Yeah.
She must not do it anymore because she said we pulled the small fridge in front of the hole to have privacy.
So
she's matured out of glory hole.
When she was a young girl, she was a tug and a sucker.
She was a glory holer.
Okay.
Huh.
So they put the fridge in front of the hole.
I've never.
That's the first two. We've never had a.
I've taken a ball of toilet paper and put it in the glory hole because I didn't want someone to watch me go to the bathroom.
I've never seen a hole in the stall.
I never thought of putting a wiener in there because...
Yeah, what if something's on the other side and gets it?
What if there's a wiener-keen?
Why would you stick your wiener in a hole?
What if someone's got a miniature... He's a psycho and he's got a miniature guillotine.
What is wrong?
Puts it in the hole
with you for you to see for you to see a hole in a wall? I think I stick my wiener in there. What kind of sick and twisted Democrat are you?
Well, this person says I dug it. She's tugged it before. She's seen it. In all my years, I've never seen a glory hole used as a glory hole. I thought it was some weirdo pounding a hole in the wall.
If I'm in a bathroom
watch me go to the bathroom
and somebody stuck their wiener through a hole, we're fighting.
It was a listener of ours last year that told me, idiot, that is a glory hole. Google it. And I did. It was not our former manager.
6 hours later.
He might know what a glory hole is. Yes, I'm really talking about you this time. So you're not being conceited when you think we're talking about you now. But don't think it's...
Jamie's the one talking about you.
Maybe you would, maybe you did. I don't know. Still haven't used his name.
No.
We had another manager that had picked a gender before him too. And then we had an interim manager. He was good.
We had another manager that picked a gender?
Yeah, because our last gender manager... Because isn't that all he managed was genders?
The new one.
The last guy. Our old employer.
I don't think he managed genders. I'm so confused by the gender thing. That's really throwing me off.
I'm just bringing back the first segment.
Gender bending?
To make it connect to this one. That's all. I know it makes no sense at all. Just like the million genders out there.
No.
So anyway, she goes back... Oh, no, she keeps going. If the write-ups for the motel, oh my God.
Just leave the number out.
We left as soon as possible in the morning. So I have no idea if they even had breakfast. So you used to tug and chug.
Tug and chug.
But you don't know there was breakfast?
No, she was busy tugging and chugging.
In the write-ups for the Motel 6 that we had checked, it was billed as new. It looked like it had been bombed a couple years ago and left to disintegrate. No, it's not even disintegrate. Disintegrate. I think she's dyslexic like we are. Don't you think?
She don't want to integrate this.
She accidentally spelled the word correctly, autocorrect couldn't fix it for her.
We're not integrating this motel.
We stayed because it was late at night and didn't want to look for another place, but it was offered for free. If it was offered for free, would never stay there again.
Amen.
All right. So Jason G also says it needs to be condemned.
Same place?
No. Totally different hotel. That's why you need to read
your reviews.
Yeah, because this is
three separate hotels.
In Florence. And Florence is not that big.
No.
Actually, Darlington's next to it. It's like a tiny town outside of Florence. So more than likely, to get a hotel, you're going to have to stay in Florence.
You're one of the two.
And you need to Google them because they ain't the greatest hotels in Florence or Lawrenceville.
So what did Jason say?
Well, Jason said, I wouldn't wish this place upon my worst enemy. Actually, strike that. This is exactly the type of place I would want my worst enemy to stay at. Just an absolute filthy junk hole. Not a glory hole, a junk hole.
They always got a hole.
To start, you are greeted by drugged out creeps wandering the property. And sounds kind of familiar, like the last review. If you manage to get past that, the doors to the rooms are dented in and covered in graffiti. Beyond that, the non-smoking rooms reek of smoke. Well, that's just going to happen, dude. You could have a smoking room next to your non-smoking. No one's ever smoked in your room, but guess what? It's going to smell like smoke. Our room even had a pile of ashes in the corner, as if someone had dumped out an ashtray. If you happen to be an entomologist,
what?
You'll love this place because it's a bug heaven. Bed bugs, cockroaches, spiders on my mattress and couch. Had all sorts of holes in from bugs. Do you think bugs chew holes?
Maybe.
Moths, maybe. And or cigarettes.
Well, I'm not sticking my wiener in a bug hole either.
Well, I ain't sticking it in any freaking wall hole ever.
Hey, this is insane.
I would think you would come back with it gone. Then you'd be selling yourself at StubHub.
Then you'd be agent.
Yeah. Huh. Mattress and couch had all kinds of sorts of holes from them bugs and cigarettes. Carpet is all torn up. How this place manages to remain open is beyond me. In all the years I've traveled, I've never seen something so vile. Only redeeming part was the front desk when they refunded my money after we told them we couldn't stay there. Clearly, they offer refunds all the time, and it's no wonder why. Do yourself a favor and be prepared to sleep in your car, as we ended up doing when this was the only hotel vacancies anywhere in North Carolina or South Carolina along 95. There's simply no reason to stay at this slum.
Well, if that's the only place available.
This was probably a Thunderbird. Oh, no names. Allegedly.
Allegedly, this is probably a Thunderbird.
That's what I got. That's it. That's the crappy hotels that we will not get sued for.
All right, so we are going to Darlington this weekend. Darlington is a 1.3 mile oval track. It will be at 3 o'clock on Sunday on FS1 and MRN radio.
That's the OG track of NASCAR.
Out of the last 7 races there.
The egg. Eggs are more expensive now.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
Denny Hamlin has an average finish of 6.9, 2 wins and 5 top 10s. Kevin Harvick, 7.6 average finish, 2 wins and 6 top 10s. Logano, average finish of 7.6, 1 win and 5 top 10s. Tyler Reddick, 11.1 average finish, 3 top 10s. Austin Dillon, 12.1 average finish, 3 top 10s. Kyle Larson, out of the last 4 races there, has an average finish of 13, 2 top 10s. Eric Jones, who I would not pick because it's a lame duck season for them, has an average finish of 13.3, 1 win and 4 top 10s. Truex, a 14.0 average finish with 1 win and 4 top 10s. And Keselowski has a 14.3 average finish and 3 top 10s. So, the bracket challenge. I got 3 brackets here from the Denny Hamlin Dirty Mo Media Bracket Challenge. I got mine, yours, and my dad actually sent me his too. You beat both of us on the bracket challenge, Jamie.
I got the wrong guy finishing.
You got 13 right. I got 12 right. My dad got 11 right.
But half my bracket is a dead leg now.
Yeah, you have Busch as the champion. I have Chastain as the champion, and my dad has Truex as the champion. So our champion's still in it. Yours is out. So we'll see. We got 8 races in Darlington coming up. We'll see how that pans out for all of us.
I ought to do this like 3 segments.
What do you mean?
You know, first third of the schedule.
Oh, no.
Second, third, and the final third.
They're going to keep doing it every 4
No,
races.
I know, but
Points paying
next
races.
year they need to do it.
Yeah,
They need to break it up so we can start over.
Yeah, no, they'll do it.
And they do 3 stages. Let's do 3.
Every 5 races, you do a new bracket.
Yeah.
That's how I think they'll do it next. I hope they keep doing it because I absolutely enjoy it.
NASCAR needs to get in, throw a little prize money in there.
Yeah, screw it. Let Junior do it.
Well, he got the money too.
For our fantasy picks, last week I had Denny, Elliott, and Busch. You had Truex, Harvick, and Logano. I had 43 points. You had 25. And the way we do it here, the lower number is the winner. So I lost. Overall, you are catching up quickly.
14 points.
Yeah.
Clawing my way back.
It's like a 100-point difference, and you've made it up the last 2 weeks. Thank you, Kyle Busch.
Yeah, you got the winner, and you got the worst finish.
Yeah. The only thing...
Boy, that just nullified your picks completely.
I mean, luckily...
And Elliott came in 7th.
Luckily, Elliott and Denny saved me.
You had 2 guys that finished better than my 3.
Yes. Yes. Logano was your best finisher.
Yeah. Isn't that...
So I'll pick first this weekend. For Darlington, I'm going to start with Denny Hamlin. And then I'm going to go with, he won for me last week. So I got Denny. Heck, I'm going to go with Harvick.
It's a good pick. I was going to grab him if you didn't.
And then my last pick, this is where it gets hard at for me.
Yeah, unfortunately, no good driver other than, I'm not going to tell you. I see 2 good ones.
I can't pick Kyle Busch again because he's the reason I'm in the hole. So I hope he goes out and wins it, but I can't pick him. I will go with...
Last year's winner, Eric Jones, is there, but...
Yeah, you can have him.
Chevy ain't talking to him no more.
I'm going to go with Ty Gibbs.
You know, Ty looked pretty strong yesterday until he had that bizarre, strange wreck and then decided to do 150 miles an hour with his tire flapping around and destroyed his car.
Yeah, it was
I don't know what he was thinking there.
Rookie mistake.
Then pulling to the grass and bottom out. Why not?
I could regret it, but I'm going to go with Gibbs. Who you got?
I'm going with Martin Truex again.
All right.
That's my top 10 guy. I'm telling you, RFK's looking strong. I'm going with Brad.
Not a bad pick.
And the bottom 10 is kind of tough. But it was a Toyota that won at the 1.5 miles. I know it's kind of odd looking, but I'm going to go with Christopher Bell, who finished last.
Yep. I was torn between Bell, Gibbs, and Barry.
Have you noticed Toyota's pretty good on mile and a half and smaller?
Yeah, I think Toyota's going to be strong at Darlington this weekend. So if you don't,
I almost went with Kyle Busch.
you don't have him on your line.
But I saw what he did to you last week. I can't.
I got to at least take a week off. I mean, I've given up Blaney for life. So.
Well, and it's worked out for you. He finished 15th. No, where was he at?
Logano.
16th.
Blaney?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was
That's just new age.
He was posing as a possible win.
That's just new age Ryan Blaney.
Does that make him a poser? Since he was up front there a few times?
Yeah, he's fake.
He's a poser.
All right, that's all I got this week. I got to get on the road and head to Tampa now. Yay.
Well, I got to go work. I got to put on pants.
He had
go see some customers.
He had shorts on. When he keeps saying he's putting his pants on.
Yeah, I'm not sitting here butt naked.
No, you can watch this on YouTube now, and Jamie's fully dressed. So
I would like, we thanked them earlier. I'd like to thank Robert and Brian.
Josh.
Brian? That's his brother. What the hell? Yeah, Josh.
Thank you, Brian, for having a brother, Josh.
Yeah, well, thanks for supporting. Brian listens to us, too, his brother. You know, Sean was there, too. I forgot he was there. He didn't send us any videos.
Well, he's not part of the mafia, then.
Did Josh send us any videos, or were they all Roberts?
They were all Roberts, but I'm sure Josh was there. Josh is part of the mafia already.
So he's going to be OG mafia.
Yeah, Josh and Robert.
So we got to get... OG. If you shoot videos at the race...
Send them to us. We'll upload them.
We'll get you some swag. We will buy... Because we don't get our swag for free. We got to buy it from our website. We will get you some swag. Race car backwards... What does it say? Bada bing, bada boom? Or race car backwards... Forget about it.
I don't know.
Brad's got to design it. But
we're starting over a new one. Okay.
We got one up there, though, don't we?
Yeah, we got something.
All right. Well, we're going to get you some swag.
Well, thanks to everybody who listens each week, watches the show, shares it on social media with your friends or whoever. We greatly appreciate it.
Coastal Oil, thanks for retweeting us after... I don't know when Brad's going to get this edited since he's got to go to Tampa, but whenever it gets out there.
Yeah, make sure you follow us on Twitter. We're at Car Backwards. Go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, check out all our videos, including the Conspiracy Juice Bar. Check us out on Spotify and rate us. Subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts and leave us a review. You can DM us or email us at racecarbackwardspod@gmail.com. Any problems you got with what we said, just shoot us an email. We won't read it. And make sure to check out our merch store or our website, racecarbackwards.com or racecarbackwards.threadless.com. Other than that, this has been a great episode. Hope y'all enjoy it. We'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody.
I did it again. I don't think you did it with your left hand back in the day, though. Bye.
Bye.
You just listened to Race Car spelled backwards. For that, we thank you.